This video is to demonstrate the pH calibration on an optek C8000. So from your display menu, the first thing you're going to want to do is hit clear to get to the main menu, and we are going to make sure that our sensor pH probe is activated in the converter. For this procedure, we are going to be using pH probe pH1. So what you first will do is scroll down to System Settings and hit Enter. From here, you're going to scroll to Sensor Temperature and hit Enter. The converter will read in either degrees Celsius or degrees Fahrenheit. For the sensor, we are going to select Temp pH1, and we are going to hit Enter and select Yes for Sensor Active. Scroll to Save and hit Enter. And then we are going to hit the down arrow a couple more times and get to an additional set of menus. We are going to hit Enter for Sensor pH. And as I said, we are going to use electrode pH1. So hit the down arrow for sensor active, hit Enter to yes. Calibration, we are going to leave set to default. Once we do a pH calibration, we will go back and change this to user. So for now, scroll to save and hit Enter. In order to start the pH calibration, you are going to use the maintenance screen from the main menu. Hit Enter. You're going to scroll down to Calibrations, hit Enter, and scroll to Calibration pH and hit Enter. So from here, we will keep it on pH1. The calibration data set, the converter will hold up to 8 of them, so you can select whichever one you want. You can put in a customer ID. It's not necessary. Scroll to Start Calibration and hit Enter. The calibration data set, the converter will assign a date and time stamp code to every calibration that's done. We will confirm with Enter to begin the calibration process. So our pH buffers that optek recommends are calibrating at a 4 and a 10. So we will start with our pH buffer 4. So to get everything ready, I will just scroll down to accept pH value. We will take the pH probe and put it in our buffer 4. And so the pH value raw, the third line from the bottom, is what we are looking at. So once this value has stabilized, we will accept this pH value. So once you're confident that the value is stable, you will hit Enter and select Yes to accept. The converter will then default to the second pH buffer, which is 7. We will be using a 10, so I will hit Enter and type in 10 on the keypad. Rinse the pH probe and then place it in the buffer 10. And the same procedure for the second buffer. I will scroll to accept pH value, and once the raw value is stabilized, I will select Enter and select Yes. So that is stable. I will hit Yes. And at this time, the converter will show a slope and offset calculation. This will be the only time that you will see this calculation during the calibration process. So if it's needed for any documentation, this will be the time to record it. Once that is done, scroll over to Save. And then we are going to update our calibration setting in the converter, and then we will check a buffer 7 for a verification. So from the calibrations menu, you're going to hit clear twice, and then we are going to go to System Settings, and we are going to select our sensor pH again. So we will scroll all the way through this first screen, keep scrolling, and then you will hit Sensor pH. And so from here, we will go to Calibration and select User. And now we will have a new calibration data set that will pop up. So we will select the date and time stamp code that is appropriate, scroll down to Save, and then from here, hit clear until you get to the main menu, hit clear again, and it will take you to the top of the menu. We are going to go to the measurement display and view our pH buffer 7 value. and 7.01 within tolerance for a pH calibration. You can rinse off your probe and calibration passes. That is how you calibrate a pH probe on a optek C8000.